everybody.
Oh.
I think we are live. We are live and we are the Weeds. Gonna play some tunes for yous. Tyler, looks like you're gonna start on mandolin. I'm John Weed, but since you're probably, most of you are my friend on Facebook, you guys know that. This is Tyler.
Hi.
Howdy. I'm gonna start with actually some tunes, a set of two tunes from up in the north of Ireland. Well, the first tune I associate with the playing of the late great John Doherty. It was one of my all-time faves. Donegal fiddler and traveler. It's a tune that he didn't even know the name of it, and he calls it the Untitled Highland. And then we're going to finish with the tune. Interesting, I associate with the Belfast flute player, the late great Frankie Kennedy. A tune called The Humours of Andytown. I believe it's got a couple other titles. And so yeah, a Highland and a reel. You ready?
Yeah.
Boom. Let's do this.
Do it.
2, 3, 4. Couple of tunes from up in the north, kind of started out. And I'd just like to say, well, welcome everybody. This is our music room, sort of our upstairs. And this is where we've spent a lot of our time over the last year. Lockdown,
Yeah.
pandemic, Zoom, you know what I'm talking about. We're doing okay here. Things are okay. We've got an outdoor shower now. one thing to be positive about this whole pandemic. We have an outdoor shower. Not sure what our neighbors think of that, but generally pretty well covered. And I think we're gonna continue on and play some tunes, a kind of set of tunes we put together. So the first tune I think is originally an old Scottish hornpipe. It's a tune called the Log Hornpipe. I actually found this tune on an old Pete Seeger and John Doherty, the fiddle player I mentioned from Donegal. They were riding together in a carriage, and there's this black and white footage of them playing the Lochside hornpipe. And it's John Doherty playing this fiddle, and all of a sudden they pan the camera and you see Pete Seeger playing this gigantic banjo, and it was pretty cool. And I thought, hey, that's a right on tune. And I've heard this up in Gweedore, up in Donegal. It's played in sessions up there. And then Tyler brought the second tune. I think it's a slip jig. You're gonna do a...
Yeah, so this is a slip jig I learned from a awesome mandolin player, Marla Five-ish. Yeah, it's called The Cock and the Hen. It's a really cool tune.
Let you kick that one off.
Yeah.
We go 1, 2, 3, 4. right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And well, for all of you guys that are out there, man, thanks for hanging out with us and our little next gen early St. Patty's party. I'm playing a bunch of music here, and this is kind of the way it works. You know, there were a lot of people when I was learning to play the fiddle that you know, kind of took time out of their day and were generous with me and kind of passed this stuff along to me. And I'm kind of doing that with Tyler. I'm kind of passing it along to him. Not always by choice, you know. Growing up here, he just sort of has no choice, but he's hearing a lot of this folk music, and I don't know, like, you just didn't really have a lot of guitar lessons or anything, and one day you just started kind of playing stuff.
Yeah. That's how it happens.
Yeah, we teach at a fiddle camp up in northeast Oregon called Wallowa. And a good friend of mine, Dwayne Boyer, is a guitar instructor up there. And we threw Tyler in when he was young. He had a blast at the camp. We threw him in the beginning guitar class, and you were just all thumbs. And it was just, I thought, oh no, might be hopeless. And he was kind of frustrated and didn't do so hot that first time. And Dwayne was really nice, and he took time with you. And then about 4 months later, he said, Hey, John. He used to call me John at the time. He said, hey, I just figured out an E minor chord. And he strummed it, and I thought, hey, that's nice. And if you play the E minor, you can just switch your third finger here and move this up. And then, boom, there's your G. And I said, hey, I'm going to grab my fiddle. And then we played Drowsy Maggie. And then about 2 weeks later, we did our first gig, and it's been just sort of like that. We're celebrating St. Patrick's Day, an early St. Patrick's Day. And we're actually going to do something that is not Irish, play a tune that I learned from a Swedish fiddler who now lives in Port Townsend up in Washington, up in way up north, on the west coast north. And it's called Mother's 60th Celebration. It was written by a friend of his for his mother. And beautiful little waltz. I just thought it was kind of nice. We'll play it for you. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. nice, man.
Thanks.
Ready to get a little band jar?
Yeah.
I'll take this.
Oh, okay.
Well, Tyler gets his banjo. It's a little disclaimer. I'm actually going to attempt to play the guitar.
Okay,
But
so
not very much.
this next tune is, or these next two tunes, I actually wrote both of them. The first one is this jig that I wrote one time. I should have been going to bed for school, but it was super late and I was kind of bored, so I just wrote this tune. And the second tune is a reel that actually has like kind of funny or tragic story depending on how you look at it. We were going to Lark Music Camp, me and my family, and my brother left the door of our cabin open and allowed in thousands of hungry mosquitoes. So I wrote this tune to commemorate the oh wait. Oh shoot, that's
It's
wrong.
all good.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It was an itchy morning.
It was itchy.
I slept like a log. And I was very itchy when I woke up.
Yeah. Okay, so,
Why don't you start us off on the jig?
yeah.
That didn't seem too horrorful.
Yeah.
That is fun stuff. The first tune, I just remember when you were writing your jig. I believe my wife Suna is over there. Hey, honey. She's waving back. We were in bed upstairs here, feet away from this little scene here we've got going. And it's about getting close to 1 in the morning. Tyler was out here playing his banjo. I believe Suna's exact words were, "I'm tired of being the bad guy. It's your turn to tell him to go to bed. Gotta wake up early." So I went out. I said, "Hey, bro, you gotta go to bed. You gotta wake up early." He said, "Oh, Okay. I believe were your words, exact words. I remember this very well. And I said, okay, before you go to bed, what was that tune you were playing? I'm not recognizing this. He goes, oh, this? Only he was playing on the banjo. I said, yeah, that tune, what is that? And he said, oh, I just wrote this. I said, hang on just a second, I'm gonna grab my fiddle. So I grab my fiddle and I'm like, show me that tune. We start jamming out on this tune, and moments later I hear Suna from the room. John, what are you doing? You were supposed to tell him to go to bed, now you're playing your fiddle? I said, Harley, Tyler wrote this tune. And so a couple minutes later, Suna comes crawling out in her PJs and she picks up her fiddle, and about 2 a.m. we were just jamming out on the sweetest little Irish session. One of those moments. But speaking of tunes that you wrote, we are going to play a set of tunes. Tyler's going to stay on the banjo. And I guess maybe it was from somebody listening to some of my Northern fiddle recordings, but Tyler composed a Highland. I still don't think, do you have a title for this?
Nah.
You're just like John Doherty.
Yeah, I don't have a good way to name my tunes. I just don't. Like, personally, I feel like it's hard to name a tune the right one. So that's kind of a sad thing.
That is a good problem to have, my friend, believe me. And so Tyler composed his first tune. It's kind of in a Highland, almost like a Strathspey sort of thing. It's like a Donegal Highland with a California twist, I think. A couple blue notes in there. But we are going to put it together with a couple Northern tunes. Two tunes I associate a lot with early Altan recordings, or Frankie Kennedy, who was a flute player we mentioned from Belfast. The Three Scones of Boxty, and then a reel called Little Katie Taylor. Want to kick this off?
Okay.
Check your string real quick.
Oh.
Is there something a little funky?
Wait. Huh. Weird.
Some of my friends have probably heard this before, but banjo is an African instrument. It's actually it was brought to us from Africa, and I believe it's old ancient Swahili word that means out of tune. Banjar. time it is now.
Yep.
Well, we hope you guys are all doing well tonight. We hope you're all doing well in general. Been kind of missing seeing people going out and about. To put it mildly, Tyler's not too thrilled with doing school on Zoom.
Yeah. It's pretty tragic.
Not to get too morbid here, but you weren't too thrilled about having to postpone our trip to Ireland?
Yeah.
You weren't too thrilled about your baseball season being canceled.
Nope.
I wasn't thrilled about losing, well, not some, but all of my gigs. Where am I going with this? Things are looking up. I know there's some people getting vaccinated. There's light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know if this is anything, but I don't know if you can see this, but I'm wearing pants today. It feels like about 6 months since I've put on a pair of pants. I've been pretty much existing in my pajamas, long johns. You know, Zoom, when I'm teaching fiddle lessons, which has kind of kept us afloat, and it's been very nice, and been enjoying that actually, but you know, it's just from the waist up. And it was interesting, the other day I went for one of our monthly Costco runs, about hundreds of dollars of Costco stuff to kind of get us through a month, and I realized I had all these white stains all over my hoodie, and it was toothpaste, because you know, you just wear the same thing over and over, and I get these toothpaste things just kind of dribbling down, and I realized out and about, man, I got to kind of raise my game, because we're going to start hanging out. We're going to start seeing people. We're going to start being out and about, going to festivals, and it's going to be nice. Where am I going with all this? Last year, about the same time when everything kind of shut down, we were right in the midst of the St. Patrick's Day, you know, touring, playing with Molly's Revenge and doing these gigs, and all of a sudden it was so sad on St. Patrick's Day when we were just kind of home and made some corned beef and cabbage.
Oh yeah, I hated those puns. I really hate it.
Yeah, you didn't think that was so funny. And you weren't quite as amused as I was. But Tyler started, you know, he studied some jazz guitar, and you were playing this cool kind of like a bossa nova lick. What did you...
Yeah, so the lick was originally from this tune called Brisa that I learned in Jazz Workshop, but my dad sort of like adulterated it to become this really messed up. Whoa.
We'll just play it.
Yeah.
but the bossa nova guitar chords sound great. So if you don't like the fiddle melody, just focus on the guitar.
Yeah.
How's that sound? Pretty fair?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you.
All right.
Londonderry Air, also known as Danny Boy, is an Irish musician or one who plays the Irish fiddle. I can't count times I've been asked to play Danny Boy. So there you have it. There it is. Dug the bossa nova chords, man.
Oh, thanks.
I think you want to hit some curlew?
Yeah.
Might go back to some more a traditional reel, an Irish reel called the curlew, and then finish with a more contemporary Scottish reel, or Scottish jig, called Nina's Jig. Got this from one of our favorite bands, one of our favorite groups who hope to see them real soon, the Old Blind Dogs. So yeah, kind of an interesting pairing of tunes. Typically you play a set of reels or a set of jigs. Often you play a jig, maybe transition into a reel for those musicians, but we're going to play a reel into a jig. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, I should probably be looking at the comments, but I think that what you guys are seeing is actually like 30 to 40 seconds behind what we're doing because we're doing through some streaming software. So I'm looking forward to looking at the comments. I was going to sit here and kind of check out the live feed, but it's all I can do just to keep up with this guy. I try to focus on seeing comments. So I think we got time for 2 or 3 more. You know, it's a work day, but then again, the good news is it's not like I have to get dressed and like showered or anything. Throw on the PJs and you know. So yeah, maybe we'll do 3 more in that case.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a set of reels. The first tune is Untitled. Tyler wrote. I think this was a tune we were writing when we were up north. We were in Fort Bragg, and I remember you kind of threw this tune at me.
Mm-hmm.
Fell in love with it. So we'll do that. Yet to be named.
Yeah.
And then play a tune another unnamed tune. It's in the key of F major, which is sort of a bizarre, interesting key for traditional Irish music. But years ago, I was living in the west coast of Ireland, in a little town in Mullet Parish, kind of near Spanish Bay, not too far from Milltown, Malbay, in this little farming area. And I got this. Used to hang out with a banjo player named Kieran Hetter, and he just taught me a whole bunch of these really cool, funky old tunes. Played much like yourself, Tyler. He was about your age when I was hanging out there. It was in a different life. And we got this gig for 2 weeks playing in France, in Bordeaux, in an Irish pub. And during the days, we would just kind of sit around and drink wine and play tunes. And this is one of those tunes that I learned and just kind of have fond memories of. And then finish with the tune, a very modern tune. It sounds very traditional Irish, but it was composed by Martin Hayes, who's a fiddle player, originally from Feakle, East Clare, on the west coast of Ireland. And now I think he's stateside. We've been blessed with Martin's playing for many years, and just really enjoyed his music. And the last tune, I believe it's called Magara Mountain. It's a tune he wrote.
Mm-hmm.
I might, you gonna kick this off?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's weird. We finish and it's silence. Different.
Yeah.
This is actually the first live stream that we've done. We've had the honor and pleasure of playing for the Sets in the City for some set dancers in San Francisco. Used to meet at the Plow and Stars, and they're hosting some online Zoom meetings, and Tyler and I have played for them, and it's kind of, everyone has refreshments and cocktails, and we kind of chat, and everyone, it's little boxes of everyone, and then we play a couple tunes, and people tell Tyler he's great, and they joke about, ha 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 ha, Dad, keep practicing, you'll be able to keep up with him someday, and that sort of thing. But it's a good time. But playing a live stream, it feels different.
Yeah.
I'm kind of liking it. I just wish I could, interact a little more with people and like see your faces, because I know I got a lot of buddies and dear friends and family out there, and I miss all you guys. I think we all miss you guys, and
yeah.
It's weird. I remember when you came along, Tyler was like, "Man, I'm gonna be a dad. How am I gonna swing this?" And boy, if I would have known back then that like you would be like my music buddy during the quarantine, you've kind of saved me in a lot of ways. It's nice to have someone to play with. It's kind of nice. It's very nice. You got your Mando.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do on this? We're gonna play some jigs, huh?
Yeah.
A couple tunes we learned from a lovely banjo player and fiddle player named John Carty. Not sure of the name of the first jig. The second tune she got from the playing of Dennis Murphy, or it's associated with Dennis Murphy. Call it Dennis Murphy's. I know it has a proper title. And finish up with the tune called Paddy from Portlaw.
Yeah.
Also from the playing of John Carty. The second one. So.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Want me to count this?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, man,
Yeah.
nice mando playing.
Thanks.
Always like jigs on the mandolin. I think we have, man, we're getting kind of close to the end of this live stream.
Yeah.
A NextGen Paddy's party. Just wanted to throw out a couple thank yous. A huge thank you to Jackie Pierce and everyone at St. Mary's. This is actually, normally around this time we'd be putting on a big St. Paddy's Day bash at St. Mary's, in Edwards Hall. They have a lovely concert series. I'd like to thank my wife for not only tolerating me, but putting up all of these lights and making us presentable, kind of helping set things up, keeping our youngest, Evan, occupied. He's going to be on this stage, well, hopefully in person in a couple years. He's been playing a bunch of harp, jazz piano, but he's been kind of sitting around while we've been getting ready for this thing, and he's 11. I'd like to thank all my fiddle students, man. When this whole pandemic started, it was very scary having 2 kids and losing a lot of work. Just over a year of touring has just been kind of postponed, and had a new album with my band, New World String Project. We had just finished tracking, and that's coming out soon, which we're very excited about. It's being mixed and mastered in Germany right now. And we should have that available when we start touring again, hopefully in the early fall, late summer, some Scandinavian music. One of the tunes, we do a polska. We do a lot of these polskas, which is a Swedish dance form, in 3. And one of the tunes is sort of a Balkan-flavored polska that Tyler actually did a very lovely Irish tenor banjo on the Swedish tune, and we recorded that. So he's our little guest on the New World String Project. So please look for us. Check that out. Molly's Revenge, we are on a hiatus, as is everyone now. But we look to be gigging, hopefully again, maybe next around St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if any of you got a chance to see The Fire today. They put on a show, and looking forward to checking that out on the YouTube after we finish. Let's see, I'm just trying to think. I'd like to thank the folks at Here and Now Audio for actually helping us make it so the stream wasn't, I just did not know what I was doing. Live stream, there's a lot to know.
Computers are hard.
Yeah.
There's always something that happens that you don't expect.
Yeah, all kinds of updates and downloads and, well, anyway, won't even go there, but a huge shout out to Here and Now Audio. You guys are awesome. I mostly like to thank all of you guys for hanging with us. Man, I know there's a lot to do. There's a lot of stuff going on, even in the pandemic, but here we are, right? And just wish all of you the best. What are we gonna do, Tyler?
So the first tune is a cup of tea, but it's not just, well, this is a pretty decently common Irish tune, but we're doing like a cool Liz Carroll version where we play the first part in A. And the second tune is this tune called Rio Beatrice, and that tune is,
I think it's a French Canadian.
I don't know much about tunes, sorry.
Well, I love what you've done to this, Tyler. Again, I mean, I just have to say, Tyler kind of jazzed out the Real Beatrice, and you just kind of took it and ran with it and made me love this tune again. It's a French Canadian, Quebec tune, I believe. So, cup of tea.
Yep.
Real Beatrice. Ready? And then we will see you guys hopefully the next time in real life. But if not, we'll see you on the interwebs.
Interwebs.
Is that a word? We'll see you on the internets? No, the online. We'll see you online. Okay. Cup of tea. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you.